reading those things, my heart was just, I need to tell as many people about Christ as possible. In my shyness in the beginning, I remember I made these little cards. They were like business cards. I mean, people don't really use them as much today, and at least not your generation. Y'all just tap phones and share contacts. But I made this little card. On one side, it had from Romans an explanation of like Romans 3:23, 6:23, Romans 10, what we used to call the Romans Road was on one side. And then a prayer of salvation on the other side. And I was shy in the beginning with sharing my faith. So I would go through places and I would just toss that card at people. I would go through the drive-through McDonald's and toss the card through the drive-through window. You know, I'll be at a restaurant. I will always slip it in the thing when I'm at a restaurant. So everywhere I was going, I was leaving those cards. And that was my first attempt at sharing the gospel. When I got a little bolder, I would go into parks. I would stand on park benches and I would just preach the gospel to anybody that would listen.
Wow.
Right. I would walk the street and I would preach the gospel to anybody that walked by. Right. Long before there was a platform, a pulpit, a camera, I was preaching the gospel. I was just so burned by what was going to happen in the end, in conjunction with what I saw Jesus suffer on the cross. And reading those things, my heart was just, I need to tell as many people about Christ as possible. Even now, as a local pastor, in my heart, I am an evangelist. I am most excited when I'm talking about the cross. I'm most excited when I'm glorifying what Christ done for us on the cross, right? So I think that evangelist is in there, right? Although God called me to do something I did not want to do, I pastor out of obedience, not out of glory. But that's what that was like for me. There was a burning from the very beginning to tell as many people as possible about Christ.
Yeah, I've heard so many pastors. I've verbally heard a pastor before say, "Hey, I'm glad you're an evangelist and I'm a pastor, and your job is to preach the gospel." And I was like, like it is a responsibility of every believer to preach the gospel.